Okay, wonderful. So welcome to our session on the MA in International Relations. My name is Markus Pauli. I will very shortly introduce myself, if I can move my slides somehow. Right. Okay, so as you are considering to study international relations, I also did the same. I studied in Berlin and London, and afterwards was working for a while in the German Development Ministry. And realized that I'm very interested in something called microfinance, which were small loans to groups of women in often the countryside in developing countries. So I went on to do a PhD and spent a year doing field work in India, and later on did different research on global value chains in Vietnam and Indonesia, but also on decarbonization, so the politics and policies of climate change mitigation, with a focus on India, but also Europe and Germany. So in today's session, I want to first of all start with praising DCU. So I've been based at quite a few different universities, mainly in Germany and Singapore. And I have to say that DCU is special given its strong focus on students. And, I think it started out as kind of the small third university in Dublin, making a point in being more student-centered and being more, integrating students in a better way and not being a number in a large course. And I think this spirit still lives. So I think you will have a great student experience at DCU in general. If you decide to study our MA in International Relations, we will equip you with analytical tools to understand a lot of current global and international issues, right? So we all had to live through the pandemic. We all are aware of the war in Europe after decades of peace. So there are lots of topics which are nowadays probably even more in all day life and have a relevance for us with regard to prices and the like. So it's probably even more important to study international relations today than it was probably a while ago. So you will have not only the oldest program in Dublin on international relations, but you will have a dedicated faculty with a wide range of expertise. So we have regional experts on America, Latin America, Europe, Asia, Africa. So you can focus on a whole different range of international conflicts, international cooperation, just with regard to the regional focus, but you can also focus on a whole range of different theories. So some universities and their political science department have, for example, a complete focus on quantitative methods, whereas we have renowned international experts who do mainly quantitative research, but we also have scholars who are more into discursive analysis or qualitative analysis of debates and international policies. Our student body is very diverse, so we have students from all around the world, especially in this program. We also offer, the option to come from not only very different undergraduate degree programs, but also quite a few of our students have very different career experiences. So we have some mid-career students who have been working in, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Ireland, for example, or who have worked in business and are interested to understand more the complexity of international relations and how it affects companies and their value chains, for example, and their business. So you will have a whole range of backgrounds, which makes the class discussions also so much more enriching if you have students from all around the world and with very different experiences. You can study this program either as a full-time option that would take you a year, or as a part-time option over 2 years. The aims and objectives of this course are the following. So first of all, we put quite an emphasis on not living completely in the ivory tower and being completely theoretical and, irrelevant to the real world, but we combine in our teaching, but also in our additional, for example, lecture series, which we offer, the link to policy making and to the practice of, NGO workers on the ground in different countries, or, people from very different public, private, and civil society sectors who give guest talks. So just to mention the upcoming 3 is the former Foreign Minister of Ireland. It is also the ambassador of Palestine to Ireland. And we have a talk in the Department of Foreign Affairs where our head of school discusses with the most senior policymaker with regard to the role of Ireland in the Security Council, which just came to an end. So you see that we offer the link between theory, policy, and practice. We have internationally renowned experts in our faculty who will, ensure that the academic teaching you receive is on the highest level. The practical skills you will also be able to gain by focusing on additional modules like communication, policy analysis, project management, or others. Okay, I just want to show you shortly. These are the 4 core modules which you will have to take. So international relations theory, public international law, research methodology, and IPE. And then we have 18 optional modules. And here just some of them. So, can focus on the environment or climate change, European foreign policy, Russia, China, the US, others, politics of the United Nations, the link between human rights, religion and international relations, or gender and migration. So these are just a few examples of around 18 to 20 courses we offer each year. Okay, so normally the requirement is H22 or above, but in some cases we also consider professional qualifications instead, but then you will have to contact me and we have to discuss it in more detail. For our international candidates, you will need an English language certificate, but you can, DCU also accepts Duolingo, which is probably the easiest and most reasonable way to get that certified. What can you do after you graduate? Well, there's a huge range of where our graduates end up. Some work in the Department of Foreign Affairs or European institutions, the United Nations, or intergovernmental bodies. You all know about, WTO or World Health Organization and the like. You can go into international development, for example, humanitarian response, or the typical aid agencies. Some also go into journalism or work for think tanks, and others, go into business, finance, or communication. Okay, if you want to find out more, since we're also already coming to an end of this session, you can, just Google DCU IR or follow this link. I mean, I don't know if these slides will be shared, but I suppose they will be uploaded on Unibody. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. I will be most happy to answer them.